Nebraska farmers faced the same weather extremes as the rest of the Corn Belt this spring, but are seeing improved prospects for their crop heading into harvest, as long as the crop makes it to maturity. I visited with some producers at Husker Harvest Days in Grand Island to get their projections. The prospects for Nebraska crops are improving heading into harvest despite lagging development.
Very geographic specific, but here in Nebraska, I mean, we're certainly a couple weeks behind.
So the frost date is a concern for both corn and soybeans in many areas.
There are a lot of soybeans that are still flowering this late in the game, which is not typical. We're typically at black layer about this time, and right now I'm still a third to halfway down the milk line on some of my fuller season corn hybrids.
Despite that, many farmers are more optimistic about corn yield potential than they were just a few weeks ago.
We usually like to be in that mid 200s all the time, and I honestly think we're going to land about right there on our irrigated corn.
I'm hoping anywhere in that 180 to 200 on dry land and 2 1/4 possibly, and maybe hopefully a little better on the irrigated.
Yet farmers will be forced to dry more corn, which will drag the harvest out. Soybeans are more uncertain, but there's less optimism with the late season disease pressure and low pod counts.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're 10% reduction over last year. Last year we had a really good growing season.
But while soybean production won't top last year, farmers are still satisfied considering the adverse season. USDA's crop progress report showed on September 15th, Nebraska corn was 82% dented versus the 90% 5-year average, and 22% of the soybeans were dropping leaves compared to the normal 44%.